Bearer shares is the focus of the latest amendment to the Companies Act as Grenada seeks to crack down on anti-money laundering and terrorism financing. Leader of Government Business Gregory Bowen, while introducing the bill, says this stems from a visit to the Caribbean in June last year by one of the international anti-money laundering and terrorism financing organizations. Minister Bowen said the organization zeroed in on companies and the aspect of bearer shares.
It is a share certificate given to you, and it said pay to the bearer, but it does not identify who the beneficial ownership of the shares are. So you could trade it, and you will get your benefits from it.
According to the Finance Minister, the amendment expressly prohibits the issuance of bearer shares, and the beneficiaries of all shares must be known and kept in a registry.
You fail to do this, Mr. Speaker, you're on blacklist here, there, everywhere. As I commenced, I indicated that there are some activities that's desirable. But there are those that are not, Mr. Speaker. Those where the developed countries try to prevent their citizens from investing in your country, or make it extremely difficult for them to move funds into the less developed countries.
Bowen explains that a new section is included under the Principal Act to establish a regulatory regime for approval of increased control in a company.
Before a person can acquire shares amounting to 10% of ownership, the regulatory authority must examine the proposed threshold and conduct a fit and proper test. The regulatory authority is the Grenada Authority for the Regulations of Financial Institutions, GAFIN.
Noting the various thresholds for acquiring shares, the minister says such transactions will be investigated for anti-money laundering and terrorist financing.
So what were you saying, Mr. Speaker? As you go down through this here, you will see partnership owning and companies owning. And that is correct. Companies do own shares in other companies. But that's not good enough, Mr. Speaker. We want to know the physical person, not the corporate person, who controls the company. And even if that person is controlled by another person, we need to know the ultimate owner.
Existing companies have up to 6 months to comply with the new obligations. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.